we are the halfway point of 2024. And at the beginning of the year, I'm sure most of you guys have written down things that you want to achieve this year. Reread what you wrote down, if you wrote down anything, and see what your progress has been this first half. If you're on track, keep doing what you're doing. But if you haven't, ask yourself why. What caused you to not achieve those things that you were so motivated to achieve? Were you just motivated in the moment and wrote it down just cause? And then when reality hit that you aren't disciplined enough, you just gave up? Nobody's perfect in this world. There are things that I wanted to achieve this year that I haven't yet. But the thing is, I understand where my flaws are and I'm actively working on them. People aren't perfect. People just keep getting better and better. And if you're not getting better, then you're getting bitter. It's as simple as that. Something that you can do to keep you on the right track is have a positive outlook on life. If you're constantly shitting on your situation and just sulking about where you are right now, nothing will happen. You've lost the right to be motivated by yourself, and quite frankly, it is hard to get back into the swing of things when the negativity catches up to us. I've been through this before, having all of these negative thoughts in my head and feeling the urge to quit everything right when things were about to take off. Whether it's a film I need to finish or a meeting that could change the trajectory of where the business goes, I would just shut down and let life hit me. But I realized this one thing that has basically changed my whole outlook on life. Being negative wastes a lot of energy, comparing yourself, beating yourself down, quitting because of XYZ, etc. But it's the most easiest option, which is why a lot of people have those negative thoughts going on inside their head, because they lack the ability to discard the negative war going on inside them. Which brings me to my next point. To succeed in life, you need to convert any negativity into positivity. I'm not saying forget about the losses that you may have had or live in a fantasy world where it's only bright colors and rainbows. Even on the brightest day, it still rains. It's called balance. But what side do you want to be a part of? There will be negative thoughts coming in. It's inevitable. But to accept those and focus on the positives of every situation is very hard to understand and comprehend. But once you understand, life will be much more simple. The hardest things in the present will give you the best life in the future. You just have to trust in that statement and run with it every single day. Trust in yourself and your ability to keep moving forward. Having an understanding that going with the easiest option will cause the most destruction later on in life is crucial. It's like buying a cheap used sports car. Sure, it looks like a great deal right now, getting a bargain for a sports car that you get to show off and call yourself a sports car driver. But just because it looks good right now, that doesn't make it invincible for the rest of its life. Down the line, it will guarantee to fail in you in whatever way, eventually getting to a point where you're frustrated almost every day about how crappy your sports car won't work, and you might as well send it off to the junkyard because its life is basically over, and it isn't worth trying to fix anymore. It's just too expensive. However, if you get a nice, reliable car for the same price, but it doesn't have that street presence you were hoping for, but it'll save you a fortune down the line, and once you have enough money, you can get that nice new sports car and resell the car for a couple $1,000s. Same thing with life. You can either sit on your ass sulking about what you could have done, or you could just keep doing what you're doing and make minor changes to result in a different outcome. The option isn't the easy one, but in the future, it's the one you will be 100% glad you took. Having fear in your life goes hand in hand with what I said before. Fear will get you nowhere near your goals. You have ambitions to reach the stars, but are scared of getting inside the rocket ship, over-calculating the trajectory, or even thinking about how you could die. First, get inside and commit to yourself, then figure it out later. You can't learn how to swim without getting inside the water, and once you get in, you will intuitively navigate through how to survive. People fear the most random things, and yes, I'm a victim of this as well, but the difference is that I don't overthink it. I just go out there and I do it. Worst comes to worst, it doesn't go my way. Oh well. Learn from those failures and move on. I wasn't always like this, I'm gonna be real. I used to be terrified of talking in public or being up on stage. I was basically forced to perform in front of hundreds of people because my parents pushed me in that way. Now looking back at it, I wish I had done more because they were honestly quite fun to do. And to be able to perform in front of an audience and hear feedback and praise about how great I did, even though I was sure I was gonna mess up. And oh yeah, I messed up plenty, do not worry. But what came out of that is that I learned from those mistakes and I got better for the next performance. Treat life like that. If you don't do things, you'll never have experiences. If you have a lot of anxious thoughts, I know what you may be thinking. Oh, this is easier said than done. Yes, it absolutely is. I think about things a lot and sometimes those thoughts are negative as well. But there comes a point when I'm thinking and I realize, okay, thinking isn't gonna get me anywhere. It will just hinder what I need to do. So what I do is silence my mind by closing my eyes and putting on some relaxing music. And once that's done, I continue my day. There's this term in Tai Chi that I learned called Wu Ji, meaning You have nothing in your mind and you're living in the moment. If you master this, you can quite literally silence your mind and silence everything around you and concentrate in the moment. It's a form of meditation that will allow you to stay more grounded. When I'm stressed out, I get up and I try to put myself in the Wuji state so that I can forget about everything and get back to my work, and I can fully concentrate on what I'm doing. We live in a time where we're now addicted to something strange. We're addicted to listening to people. We can like whatever someone is saying and like how they say it and find enjoyment from that. It's funny, but I understand it. People display their words so easily on social media and we just want to keep watching them until we have something else to do or we just get bored. But listening won't do anything until you do something. It's as simple as that. You have to create action for there to be action in your life. So don't just watch this video and continue with your day. Try these out in your life, and these are examples that have personally helped me get better. I'm not perfect, I'm just a simple guy who's trying to become better in life. And with that being said, I'll see you soon.